What's up, everybody? Welcome into more sports. Thank you for watching tonight. We got a big show. Kam Curl, former Razorback safety, will join us. He is an NFL free agent, and he is listed as one of the top available safeties in the NFL. Kam Curl is about to get paid. Kam Curl is going to make some cash. A couple years with the Rams and productive years for the Rams. And now he's a coveted safety, and he is going to sign a 4 or 5 year contract when the free agency period opens on March 11th. Also coming up on the show, we'll talk some Diamond Hogs baseball. They get it done against Arkansas State, but it was a struggle, 1-0. Great pitching. Hitting, not so great. Are you concerned about the hitting? Too early? Do they have a problem? We'll talk about that later in the show. And, of course, we got to talk some Razorback basketball. Arkansas beats Texas A&M last night. You see the stats going across the bottom of the screen, 99-84, your final score. And Arkansas improves to 11-4, and that sets a big showdown Saturday night against the Florida Gators on ESPN. Look, Arkansas may not win the SEC, but this is still a big game because they can make a statement to the NCAA selection committee, maybe move up a line or two with some wins down the road. So while the SEC title is probably a long shot, you still got a lot to play for, and this is a big game Saturday. So we'll talk about the Arkansas A&M game here in a few minutes. I want to thank our sponsors real quick. Gwatney Buick GMC sponsors all of the interviews. Thanks to them. They've been with me from day one. Now I want you to pay it forward. Go see them. Gwatney Buick GMC, 5700 Landers Road. Please tell them you saw it on More Sports, that Wes sent you out here. Right now, some good deals. Right now is a great time to buy because it's the end of the month and they want to sell a couple more vehicles before the end of the month. They're giving you a really good bonus right now. They're going to match it up to $1,000. Good deal on the Sierra 1500 Crew Cab Elevation model, 0% financing and up to 20% below MSRP. If you prefer a Buick, you can get the 2026 Encore Preferred or the 2026 Invista Preferred as low as $199 a month. It's Gwatney Buick GMC, 5700 Landers Road in Sam's Club in North Little Rock, next to Sam's Club. Give them a visit on the website, GwatneyBuickGMC.com. GMC, they are professional grade. And when I think of sports, I think of strength, I can think of teamwork, I think of consistency, and now I think of Centennial Bank. Centennial Bank is all about those adjectives I just used in sports: strength, consistency, commitment, building trust. Arkansans have relied on Centennial Bank for steady guidance, local decision-making, and financial solutions that stand the test of time. From personal banking to business and home loans, Centennial Bank is built on relationships that last. Discover the strength of a bank that believes trust is earned every single day. Visit my100bank.com or stop by your local Centennial Bank, member FDIC. And security is always at the top of your mind, my mind, everybody's mind right now. A-plus alarm and security services, they do it better than anybody. I've been using them for more than 20 years. I've never had one single issue with them. They installed my alarm system and my camera system. They do residential, they do commercial security. They deliver reliable protection you can count on. A-plus alarm truly is the key to peace of mind. Call them at the number on your screen or go to aplusalarm.net. Now let's get things started.
All Arkansas, all sports. It's More Sports.
So Arkansas takes care of business against Texas A&M. Man, it was a strange game, wasn't it? Kind of a tale of two halves. First half, it was like watching paint dry, except for Billy Richmond. He was fun to watch, but Arkansas did not shoot the ball well at all. Darius Acuff was struggling. Malik Thomas was struggling. But Billy Richmond in the first half put this team on his back and carried them to a 9-point lead at the half, 37-28. But then A&M, they just hung in there. They got, it was just a ho-hum game. And then A&M, Arkansas would build it up double digits. Then A&M made a little run, got it to 7 points. And Darius just wasn't playing well. He looked lethargic. Maybe the ankle is bothering him more than we know. Just didn't seem the same. His shot was off. He missed, 1 for his first 12. Coach Calipari put him on the bench. And I wondered how long he would remain on the bench because you remember in the previous game against Missouri, he did that. And Arkansas went on a big run without Darius Acuff on the floor, outscoring Missouri 19-6. Well, this time they just stayed even. Arkansas was up 7 when Darius left the game with about, 9 minutes, 20 seconds left. And then they were still up 7 when he re-entered the game. Actually, he left with about 12 minutes, I think it was. I can't remember. That was last night, and I don't have my notes in front of me. He was out for about 2.5 minutes, and it stayed a 7-point game. When he came back, he was different. I don't know what in the world happened while he was on the bench. I don't know if he took an energy drink or if there was a pep talk or just relax, the rest. Who knows? But it worked. He came back in the next 4 possessions, Arkansas. He either assisted on the 2 baskets or made the 2 baskets. I mean, bam, 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 bam. It was all A-cup. Timeout Texas A&M. Comes back out. He hits the next 3 baskets. And it was a mini Darius A-cuff run. Totally different player. The player we're used to seeing, the player we saw in the first 30 minutes of the game. But he was awesome. And then Malik Thomas got involved, and the 2 freshmen who had been struggling for the entire game took off the last 9 minutes and put Arkansas on their back and carried them to a victory. Also got to point out Malik Ewing. Hey, guys, that's 2 in a row. That's 2 good games in a row from Malik Ewing. Maybe they've got a little something going with Ewing. Last night, Malik Ewing missed 1 shot, but what's funny, he got that rebound and put it back in. Remember, he was kind of going under and threw it up and hit the net, bottom of the net, came right back to him. He put it back in. He was 6 of 7 from the floor, hit all 6 of his free throws, had 9 rebounds, 1 rebound shy of a double-double. So he finished with 18 points, 9 rebounds. He had 4 assists and 2 blocked shots. Malik Ewing was big last night. And if they can get that Malik Ewing to consistently play at that level where he is scoring, look, I don't need, he doesn't have to score 18. I mean, that's great. But if you can get 12 to 18 and close to double-digit rebounds and him blocking shots and being active, man, it just changes this team. Because all of a sudden now you got A-Cuff you can count on. You got Billy Richmond, all of a sudden 4 straight games with 20 points or more. And then you got Malik Thomas. You throw in Malik Ewing, this offensive team is just getting better and better. They scored 99 points last night and shot the ball from the 3-point line like trash. I mean, honestly, last night was one of their poor nights, 4 of 17 from the 3-point line. That's 23.5%. Arkansas shooting about 38% from the 3-point line. And there have been multiple games here recently. They shot over 40% from the 3-point line. If they'd had one of those nights last night, they'd have scored 110, 115 points. But the good news is they shot poorly and still scored 99 points. They got it done. Free throw line was awesome. They made 29 of 33 free throws, took advantage of some of those cheap whistles last night. The second half was stupid. The officials took over, and they were calling fouls left and right. The 2 teams combined to shoot. Let's see, Arkansas shot 23 free throws in the second half. A&M shot 18, 41 free throws. 41 free throws in 40 minutes. That's unnecessary. Anyway, I don't even want to get started on the officials. But, hey, good win. That was a good team effort with Richmond carrying the team, Ewing chipping in, and then A-Cuff finds his, and Malik Thomas finds their second win and gets going and helps Arkansas blow out A&M with a 15-point victory. Now they got 11 wins. Last year they were 8-10 in the SEC. They're already at 11-4. Much better year than last year, and hopefully they can finish just as strong as they did last year. Hey, last year they only had 22 total wins. Arkansas's got 21 now. So you can see the difference in this year and this year's team and last year's team just with the number of victories. I want to talk a little baseball with you. We'll do that in just a little bit, but coming up next, after we take a short commercial break, we'll have Kam Curl joining us.
It's pretty strange how good the deals are at Gwatney Buick GMC, and tax time is the best time to trade, even if you're in the upside down. Get GMC Sierra with more power than a Demogorgon at 0%, Buick Encore or Invista at just $199. Plus, we're matching your tax return up to $1,000. No alternate dimension required. We're pulling you out of the upside down with supernatural deals this month at Gwatney Buick GMC, next to Sam's in North Little Rock.
Strength isn't built by chance. It's built step by step, choice by choice. At Centennial Bank, we believe it's the everyday actions, done with care, done consistently, that lay the foundation for something greater. That's how we build trust. That's how we build strength. Let us help you create a strong financial game plan. When we work together, we win together. Centennial Bank, member FDIC.
Let's bring in tonight's guest. We have Kam Curl, former Razorback safety, NFL safety, joining us on More Sports. Cam, welcome in. How are you doing?
Brad, I'm doing good, man. I appreciate you for having me.
Oh, you bet. This is an exciting time for you, I guess, with NFL free agency
Mhm.
beginning on March 11th. I guess the first contact can happen March 9th. So we're just days away from, honestly, it could be a life changing moment for you. How do you feel?
Yeah, it's exciting. You know what I'm saying? That free agency's coming up, and just knowing that I put the work in, to be titled as one of the top safety free agents, this year. But just around this time, like at the in between time, I just try not to think about it too much. Not get too excited. You know what I'm saying? And when it comes, it comes. Let my agent do his job.
That's something interesting. You said you put the work in, and, the fans think of the work being on Sundays, but
Mm,
the work never stops for you. What has this grind been like? Can you describe your NFL career, the grind, the work that you put in to
mhm.
get where you are today, to where you're about to get paid?
Man, it's been a lot of hard work, you know what I'm saying? A lot of grinding, especially, me being drafted in the seventh round, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't supposed to be, make it to this point, you know what I'm saying? And be a starter for as long as I have been, but like it's just the blessing from God, his abilities that he gave me, for this sport and just the grinding and just every season just starting over and having that mentality as that seventh round pick, just making sure I got to go get it and earn it every year, and I feel like that's what got me to this point.
What's the hardest part of the grind?
um I'll probably say consistency. I feel like that's what separates the good from the great players, just being consistent, because this being in the NFL, like, it's not for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a grind, it's a year-round thing, and it's a performance-based league. So, you can be good one week, next week you're trash, and that's what they're talking about. You know what I'm saying? So just that consistency over week after week, day after day, you know what I'm saying? Meeting after meeting. I feel like that's probably the hardest part, and that's what separates most players. But like, if you can get that down and grind the right way, you'll like what comes out of it.
What's your drive? What pushes you to keep getting better and better and working and grinding?
Um, I would say just trying to, take advantage of the gifts God gave me. You know what I'm saying? Not you trying to waste them. And I'm just showing my gratitude. You know what I'm saying, and giving the glory to God. And then my family. My family's been big supporters of me my whole life. Been playing football. And my kids. Just trying to do something good for them. You know what I'm saying? Make their future better, make their childhood better. And just the love of the game. Just I fell in love with this game at a real young age. So the love and the respect I have for the game, you know what I'm saying? That's what keeps me going as well.
I wonder what's your balance between when you're looking and deciding where you want to sign next?
Mm.
Winning, money, situation. How do you balance all that?
I feel like a lot of different stuff come into play. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to in terms to, where to sign. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm looking for a long term deal. So a lot of that comes into play where it's at. You know what I'm saying? Winning. I came to the Rams and got a taste of winning. And I'm not trying to go back. To like lose those losing days. You know what I'm saying? Just back to back seasons, going to the playoffs, going to the NFC Championship this past season. Like, that's something that, I wanna keep experiencing, you know what I'm saying? So that plays a big part as well, just being able to contend for a Super Bowl.
You think the struggles at Arkansas is part of that, and Washington, and you get that taste, and being on a winner and being inside a winning locker room, you get that
Mhm.
taste. It's hard to get that taste out of your mouth.
Right, exactly. Exactly. You don't want to feel nothing else. You feel that the joy it brings, you know what I'm saying, and just being able to win games, after losing a lot. Just being able to win games and being able to make it to the playoffs and play meaningful football like that's. I feel like nothing gets better than that.
How did those rough 2-10 seasons at Arkansas make you better?
I feel like it builds resilience. Because after Arkansas, when I got drafted by Washington, we started losing a little bit. So it was usually like somebody's used to just winning all the time, and you start losing, it can affect them drastically. But like
Hmm.
I guess I knew how to handle it, just from experience. But yeah, it just builds resiliency, man, and you're gonna face adversity every season, every game. There's gonna be some type of adversity, so just knowing how to deal with it helps.
They went 2-10 this year, and they got
Mm,
6 guys going to the combine. So they had a talented team. They couldn't
yeah,
win. What
no, yeah.
advice would you give those guys that are about to start their NFL career coming off of a rough season at Arkansas?
Man, just keep your head down and grind. You know what I'm saying? Like when you get to NFL, no matter what you did in college, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you was the first pick or the last pick. None of that matters. If you're a undrafted free agent, it's just about what you do when you get your opportunity. Teams aren't worried about what your record was in college. They just want to know what type of player you are. And when you get the opportunity, you just show them.
With the combine starting up, what was your combine experience like?
Oh, the combine. I feel like everybody loves the combine, but I didn't really like the combine. It was a lot. We was there for what, 5 days, a whole bunch of doctor visits and MRIs and different type of tests. And like I feel like we didn't do anything related to football until like the last day. So that it was an experience. It was a long experience, cold in Indianapolis, snowing. But it was I was glad I got to experience it, but it was a lot. It was a lot of doctor's visits and people pulling and tugging on you and early mornings but it was nice to experience it. Just to say that I got to go to the combine.
Did you get any of those crazy questions that we hear about sometimes?
I don't know. I can't really remember if I did. I know I didn't have that many people at my podium when it was time for interviews, but I don't remember any crazy questions for real.
How would you sum up this season for you? Because you had over 100 tackles, second time in 3 years.
Mm.
As we talked about earlier, you're graded as one of the top NFL free agents. Was this your best year?
I feel like this is one of my best years. Yes, I don't know if it was best, overall, but I feel like as a whole team, like as a whole experience, yes, this was my best year. My this was a very special season. From the guys on the team that I played with to the coaches to what we did with all the games we won. Making it to the NFC Championship. I feel like this was a very special season. And I feel like I went out there and made some plays and did my job and made some plays to help the team win some games. And I'm happy I got to do that for my team. But yeah, this was a very special season, one that probably I'll never forget, honestly.
The play that you'll remember forever? Is that the playoff interception?
Yeah, that was a fun play, man. That was how it played out and the situation we were in, and just being able to stop them from getting the field goal up, which was all they needed to win the game, and getting the ball back into Matthew Stafford hands. Like that was a great moment.
Did you watch the Super Bowl?
I didn't watch like the first half. I wasn't gonna watch it, but then my neighbor he had invited us over. They had food. They was having a little Super Bowl party, so we went over there for a little bit, and it was on the TV. So I watched it a little bit. But when you get that close, it kind of hurts to watch the game, knowing you should be in that game.
Did you actually sit and watch the second half, or was it just kind of on?
It was just on. I was looking at TV a little bit, watching a little bit, but I knew what was going to happen in that game.
A lot of people inside the game, they kept saying that the Super Bowl was played the week before or 2 weeks before
Yeah,
when you guys
yeah, we
played.
all know that. We all know after the whoever won that game was gonna win it all. Honestly,
I want to ask you a couple things about players you've gone up against.
Hmm.
Who who's the best quarterback? The guy that you have a lot of respect for that you faced.
I would say, my rookie year going against Tom Brady, that was a great experience just to play against a guy like him. And I would say the guy that I was going against in practice for the past year is Matthew Stafford. Like that's him, those two guys, like that's a toss up for me for the best ever, like in the history of the league. Cause just Tom Brady, all the championships he got, how smart he is as a player. And then Stafford, like the way he throws the ball, like he does crazy things with his arm angle, the no looks, the type of balls he throws, like it's amazing to watch.
I talked to Buster Brown last week. He said Matthew
Mhm.
Stafford. It
Yeah,
just the
it's
respect that
it's crazy. And then like when I first got there, just watching him in practice, like the type of stuff y'all see in the game, like he does it in practice every day, which is crazy to watch.
give me a couple of receivers when you see him out there and you're like, all right, I got to be on my toes. I got to be ready for this
Uh
dude.
um Shoot, Jackson Smith and Jigma, he's a real good player. He had a crazy year this year. Shoot, going against Puka and Devontae in practice, man. Um, who else is some guys, man? The Eagles, AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, they're very good players. Shoot, now I'll give some love to my dog Terry, man. Going against him in practice for those 4 years in Washington, like I feel like
Yeah.
since he's been in the league, he's been one of the best receivers in the league.
Yeah, it's truly iron sharpens iron. I'm sure going up against
Hmm.
those guys every day have only just made you better and better.
Exactly, exactly. That's why it's always great to have some Hall of Fame type players on your team.
How about running back? You had what 120 something tackles this year.
Hmm.
Who's one of those
Hmm.
you got to bring it to get that guy down to the ground?
Uh, Shoot, I like Detroit's running backs. They got Jameer Gibbs and Montgomery. Those two guys, how they complement each other. They complement each other real well, and they both run hard. You know what I'm saying? Jameer Gibbs, he runs hard and has speed to run away from anybody. Um, I feel like there's a bunch of backs, man. Saquon, man, Bijan Robinson. I feel like he's one of the best in the game, and I feel like he's only gonna get better. It's a bunch of nice backs in the league for sure.
Yeah, yeah. I tell you one, Kenneth Walker blew up this year, and with
Yeah.
Seattle's run and people getting to watch him on a national stage, how hard he
Hmm.
runs, and then the speed that he has, I think he got a lot of respect this year.
No, yeah, for sure he did.
Take me back to Arkansas. Who's
Mhm.
somebody you can point to that really made an impact on you and made you who you are today?
Uh, Shoot, off the bat, I'll say my dog Pulley, Ryan Pulley. When I came in my freshman year playing corner, he was a guy that I looked up to. When I first got there, and then he went down that first game my freshman year, which they threw me in, and I had to play for the rest of the year because after the season. But even though he was injured, he would still text me throughout the games, before the game, and I learned a lot from him. At the corner position, really, I just as a defensive back. You know what I'm saying? Him being a great DB, he was. And I say my dog Dre, Dre Greenlaw. Spent a lot of time with him, and just watching him and how he plays and how he conducts himself on the field, man. And I feel like I learned a lot from him just watching him. You know what I'm saying? And it's no doubt that he's the player he is today.
You get to come back any and visit Fayetteville, go to
Uh,
games, or I know it's
I
during the
haven't.
season, but you get a chance.
Yeah, I haven't came back a lot. I came back for a couple games, but my bye week has always been real late, so it hasn't lined up, But I know this past year, I wanted to come to a game. We had a bye week like week 8, but it was like an away game, so like it really never really lines up. But I've always wanted to come back for a game. I feel like I came back for a game like my rookie year, but the timing just hasn't been right. But I always, I love Fayetteville. I've always want to come back and watch some football, man.
With free agency starting on the 11th, what do you do between now and then? How do you handle it? And you know, I
Yeah.
guess try to de-stress or not. I don't know how you. I can't imagine what that would be like.
Just try to occupy your mind, just keep yourself busy so you're not just sitting around thinking about it. Just get out, spend some time with the family, maybe take a trip or something. But, just try to stay busy, man. Because if you sit and just start thinking about it, like your mind can go crazy places, So just not try to worry about it too much. Let the agent do his job.
All right, then once it's done, what do you do?
Hmm
How do you celebrate?
Shoot, about going to spend some money. But yeah, you got to celebrate, man. Especially just how stressful this business is and how stressful those negotiations can be. I mean, you get a win. You got to celebrate. So we're gonna celebrate. But we gotta make it happen first.
All right, what you got anything planned? What something you're gonna buy?
Uh, yeah, I already got a house. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna buy me some cars. You know what I'm saying? Spend some money on my parents. But I don't want too much. Just probably some cars, probably some little miscellaneous stuff.
Cam, you deserve it. You put in the work,
Mhm.
man. I appreciate it. Thank you for coming on, and I can't wait to see what happens in NFL free agency and see where you land and keep following your NFL career. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate you for having me.
Man, I'm going to be rooting for Kam Curl. I hope he gets a great deal with the team that he chooses. It's a good team. Maybe it's back with the Rams. I did see, as a Cowboys fan, you guys know I'm a big Cowboys fan. One of the projections for Cam is to sign with the Dallas Cowboys. Cam, by the way, is back living in McKinney, just north of Dallas. He's got a home there. So he's already in the Metroplex. He said it'd be kind of cool, but, he's got to go where he's got to go. Home base, though, is in the DFW area. All right, let's talk about the Diamond Hogs. They finish off, get a midweek split with A-State. They win 1-0. We could harp on the good news. Pitching was awesome once again. A complete game shutout. Well, not a complete game, a combined shutout from three pitchers, one hitter. For the second time in 3 games, Arkansas's pitching staff, pitchers have allowed just one hit and shut out a team. So you've seen some really good stuff from the pitching. I love the pitching staff. I think the pitching staff is going to be good. By the way, our guy Steele Eves got his 3rd victory. I joked with him, are they calling you the vulture? Because you're just flying around, swooping in and getting some loose prey and picking up victories left and right. He came in relief. Hey, look, it was in a tough situation after Patrick Inkstove had a double, came in, got out of the inning, didn't allow the run, ended up pitching 2 2/3, gives way to Parker Coyle. He pitches the final 2 2/3. So the Creamer, Eves, and Coyle combined for the one hitter and one walk, too, by the way. No, 3 walks. I'm sorry. Parker Coyle had 2 walks. So 3 walks, 4 base runners for A-State. That's the great news. The bad news is Arkansas is still not hitting. They had 7 hits yesterday, 5 walks, I believe it was, 6 walks. So that's 13 base runners and only scored 1 run. Leaving too many guys on base, hitting into too many double plays. Base running has been an issue. Getting thrown out at third over the weekend, or I guess day before yesterday. Just not clicking offensively. Part of the issue is just some guys that they were counting on haven't been hitting. Micah New is one of them, but that's a positive. New seems to be breaking out of his slump with a couple of hits in the midweek. He was 2 for 4 yesterday. Keep in mind, Kam Curl did not play yesterday. That's one of their best hitters. And Damian Ruiz, that's 2 of your top 4 hitters, didn't play yesterday. Ruiz has got that little calf injury, and they're being cautious with that. So, I mean, you got some built-in excuses of why they didn't hit better, but still, there are too many other guys on this team. And they got to get guys like Nolan Souza going. He needs to start hitting the ball better. Pompey needs to start hitting the ball better. And I was a freshman, and he's playing great in the field. We know he's a better hitter. He did it in fall against Arkansas pitchers, so they know he can hit. He's a freshman. Let him relax a little bit, settle down, and he's going to be fine. He's going to hit. I'm not panicking. I'm not. There are too many good hitters on this team. they're going to find their groove, and they're going to hit the ball this year. So I'm not freaking out. You can. I get it. You don't like the batting average and the number of runs they're scoring early in the season, but the key for me, it's still early in the season, and I'm going to go off past history. These guys can hit, and they're going to hit at some point this year. And we still got another 2 weekends before SEC play begins. UT Arlington this weekend for the Diamond Hogs. All right, let's see here. What we got tomorrow? Oh, this is going to be cool. Bray Cook is going to join us. He's the new director of high school football relations, former player relations, a new position for Bray. He's going to join us and tell us all about his role, what he wants to accomplish, how he feels about being in this role. So I'm excited. Bray was always one of those guys I was rooting for, in-state guy playing for the Razorbacks. I'm a fan of his, and I think this is a really good move. Can't wait to talk to him tomorrow and let you see it tomorrow. So that's coming up tomorrow. If you like this video, be sure to give me the thumbs up on YouTube, subscribe on YouTube. If you're on Facebook or Twitter, go over to YouTube and hit that subscribe button and help us grow the channel a little bit more. Oh, I forgot to tell you, the line is already out on Bet Saracen. Let me pull it up. Let me get the very latest line, because I was curious about the Arkansas-Florida line, and they had it up early Thursday. Usually the line doesn't come out until like Friday, but I think because this is such a big game, it's ESPN's Saturday night game. Game day is going to be there, so the national line is out early, and it's right now 9.5. Arkansas is getting 9.5. I thought it was, so it's not that far off. I was thinking it would be around 7.5, 8.5. It's actually gone up. Bet Saracen has a great deal going right now. If you're a first-time user, you've never signed up with Bet Saracen, scan that QR code. It'll take you to the sign-up page. Then enter the promo code WEST250. And when you bet $25, you'll get $250 in bonus cash. It's an excellent sign-up offer they have going on right now for first-time users. So if you're watching on TV, you can scan that right now. If you're watching on your phone, I know you can't. So come back and pull it up on your computer, your laptop, or your TV. And if you want to get signed up on Bet Saracen, right there's your QR code, and enter the promo code WEST250, $25, get you $250 in bonus cash. That's going to do it for tonight. I really appreciate you watching. Tomorrow night we'll be back with Bray Cook, so that should be a lot of fun too. And don't forget, I was just talking, and I'm kind of scatterbrained. I'm a little excited. It was awesome talking to Kam Curl tonight and being an NFL free agent, life-changing moment. Buster Brown, I talked to him about a week and a half ago. If you haven't watched that video, do a search. Go to More Sports, my homepage, and just look through the videos. And there's one with Buster Brown. And he defensive back, Jacksonville. He's a free agent situation. Now, he's not going to get the Kam Curl, but he's going to get paid too. May go back to Jacksonville, may end up somewhere else. But I thought it was pretty cool. Both these guys, and when I set this up, I didn't realize they were free agents. But both of them are free agents. And March 11th, huge day for them. Anyway, I was just reminding myself to plug that and let you know if you haven't seen the video with Buster Brown. It was also really good. All right, now we're officially done. Thank you for watching tonight. We'll see you back here tomorrow night for more sports.
All Arkansas, all sports. It's more sports.